Hello everyone, Mr. Stork here. Welcome back to Mortal Kombat 11. If you take a look at the classic towers and the new DLC characters from the Aftermath pack, it consists of Fujin. I was on a roll there. Shiva and Robocop. We're going to start off with my main man Fujin, then we're going to move on to Shiva and Robocop. Then once we have a look at the DLC skins that are included. So, let's get started with Fujin.
Fujin.
So, Fujin is probably my character. I'll start out. He was the most popular skin from Sindel. I'll introduce him to it. He was probably my favorite. I love the character, and personally, he's become a fan favorite of mine. Probably right above Johnny Cage, but let's see how we do in the tower.
Raiden's errand boy.
We are brothers and equals.
Equality is a utopian fantasy.
Round one.
Incredible great turn. I love that Time Lord Zoom house. Incredible for someone
I will
like
not
that character. You don't want to do some damage to them.
Round two. Fight.
You know, the time on this one. I feel like I'm that was good. James is definitely a range character.
Finish him.
I can't never The goal? Let's continue. I love the K. Continue. So yeah, this pack is actually one of the better packs of it. It comes with money because man, it comes with a lot of content. It comes with a new story mode, which I really liked. I thought it was better than the main story, but that's just my opinion. But it was really good. And oh, the Sindel chapter was great. But just go back and watch them, and you know what we're talking about.
Ever wonder why the Shokan hate Earthrealmers?
Shao Kahn's lies and deceit.
Your smug arrogance.
Round one.
I can't quite
Fight.
hear Shiva, maybe you can. I didn't hear. Oh, that move is pure evil. No, we're the Dragon Challenge. Whoa, I love that up. That was cool. Yeah, it's becoming my favorite television character. I can't. Katana is actually amazing.
The
This
sky
one,
is protected.
like, you have two characters.
Round two.
This.
Fight.
I probably
Finish him.
Yeah, well, they just don't. I like that. Yeah, it's really good. You know, the ratings there, but it's a really great character design. Just one I'm generally enjoying. But at the same time, I haven't played much. I try to play in Robocop the every day, just to get a feel of the character, and I didn't really enjoy him as much as Fujin. So that's because he's designed differently. He's designed like the Terminator character, which makes sense because they're pretty much the same character.
Earth, fire, thunder, Wind.
Naming your enemies.
Counting the dead. Round 1.
Oh, that's
Fight.
also a band name, isn't it? That's the two men's Jurassic Park. Yeah, so watching inspired by I'm playing Resident Evil.
You are no challenge.
I like that flying sword. It's a cool.
Round 2. Fight.
What did you do with jump forces? What they're doing is they're like basically like enemies. Keep on. These technology is pretty low. It's fast. Well, if you were the guy from Demon Slayer, so I keep. I tried getting the first one every. See, I don't review everything I watch. Review everything you watch. That's good. Again, because I didn't watch the show and I tried to get into the show of Demon Slayer and it was just slow. But I might get Jump Force considering its ending because I'm like, oh, that's ending for me now compared to like waiting to like you can't get the stuff anymore. But at the same time, I'm not a big fan of Dragon Ball. I try to do one fighting game a year. That might be my fighting game, but I lean towards Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. But that's a different can of worms.
Chronica might not be finished.
Then we must prepare to defend Earthrealm.
Roger that.
Round 1.
So you're fighting the train. Okay. This is the alternate reality Jackson. Everyone has justice like they show you Yellow Lantern okay. I don't like you. I'm not seeing the Justice movie yet.
I will not fail.
Because I've heard nothing but horrible things about it from
Round 2. Fight.
I really I'm really and the most honest I've heard. We're listening several live action movies where this game is I'm just thinking, what's the next? Let's go with the solo story.
Finish her.
In all honesty, didn't really have a story to tell. But, because one is the retelling of 1, 2 is the retelling of 2, so 3 has to be the invasion of Earthrealm. Because to acknowledge that's what happens next. But honestly, for a solo movie, I would definitely love Fujin and Nightwolf. I think those are the 2 characters that mainly promote themselves for that, or maybe Kitana, because Kitana was teased in the first movie, but Johnny Cage is also teased too, which I love.
I do not know whom I can trust here.
You may start with me, Alex Murphy.
How do you know my name?
Round 1.
He looks like a bug villain from, like, Flash. No, look at that. His arm getting numbs. Strangely enough, I'm like, I think, I'm surprised because they're kind of announced it. That's surprising, so it doesn't mean it's
You are no challenge.
maybe the summer is when it's gonna end.
Round
I'm gonna
2.
say this. I
Fight.
was surprised in Legends. Maybe kind of the most recent season, I was like, oh, I didn't care for like the first couple episodes. As soon as I got in, it was hard to tell. Unlike season 5, I felt betrayed too much. I really think 7 and 5 are the worst. 6 is actually really good. Yeah, if 6 had ended, I think it would have been a pretty decent season. But it didn't, and it was suffered through the pandemic. That one season 1 also suffered, and the stuff with Ruby Rose is interesting. I wonder if there's gonna be a conclusion to it down the line, or more investigation. But it's definitely a he said she said situation. I think the evidence is against her, but no.
Fujin, I killed you.
You would do better spitting in the wind.
I'll spit on your grave.
Round 1.
Okay.
Fight.
Why would I play as Captain Cold? Who's a
I
really
will
nice
not
character,
fail.
when I could play as a brawler
Round 2.
character in
Fight.
Sub-Zero. I love this song. This is I get one I feel like works in the DLC better because she was a it's like that with I think Goro.
Finish her.
Other ones who done better because he wasn't in the story. It's just the dark side. Oh, Batman's DLC is like what? Like, in all honesty, I think the Joker could have been DLC, or the people like that used to lock behind a paywall. I don't know. It's convoluted stuff. I don't think you should pay for a character that's initially in the story. I got a problem with MKX, so I was looking at the DLC roster, and it's like, oh, Tremor, Tana, I don't know her name, and the Birkin guy are all DLC, but they're in the story, which doesn't make sense.
Swear allegiance, and I shall have mercy.
And capitulate to your conquest?
Unless you prefer torment to servitude.
Round 1.
In
Fight.
all honesty, I generally like how I like this. It's awesome. Don't like it.
I will not fail.
Sorry.
Round 2. Fight.
So, I generally like players definitely tell because probably better as close second
Finish her.
So she just fell. She just like dumped me. welcome Fujin anytime for a fellow airbender. Actually, I'm a waterbender. I think. I have to take that test. Last time I did, I think I was a waterbender. Maybe. Personally, I feel like a firebender, but that's just my thought process. Let's talk about Avatar during this, shall we? About how awesome it is and how we're going to get more material down the line, which I'm so excited for. It almost makes me want to get Paramount Plus.
I have been expecting you. Your life, your name, they will be wiped from history. Come, it is time to die.
So speaking of Paramount Plus, like the only thing that's really Paramount Plus is their new release. We didn't know at the same time. I think they were working their promotion. 1510 did their promotion. So my next problem is they're mainly promoting their theatrical and streaming movies for like kid movies. And I don't even like see kid movies because I really hate movies. Or sorry, food movies. I hate family movies the most. It's just like like these childish movies, like, you know that they're for like a child. And something they were got. That's what these movies used for. I thought, wow, that's a horrible. And everything they're trying to know where it's going to go. I didn't want to watch it. That's the guy per se. Who I saw him in Godzilla vs. Kong. Godzilla King of the Monsters. And we obviously like Godzilla. I was just but I hate it. Usually awesome. How about it? Yeah, I heard nothing but terrible things about Mayor Kingsville. 20% right hand. They're like trying to this out. Wait, Fujin's
As the new Keeper of Time, I was overwhelmed by my responsibilities. Who was I to design the destinies of mortals? As their protector, I had spent eons safeguarding them. But while I had grown to appreciate mortals deeply, I understood precious little about their daily existence. So I used the hourglass to live hundreds of thousands of lifetimes, to expand the possibilities of realm, race, gender, and faith. Most importantly, I learned the simple joy of ending each day in the warm embrace of family. Humbled by my new wisdom, I bend the arc of history, not to my will, but to the service of those who must live it. While it is beyond my power to guarantee outcomes, I will give mortals the chance to have better, more peaceful lives.